Hello, my friends, and welcome at the first lesson to the intermediate course in Greek. Today, we are going to talk about the direct and the indirect object in modern Greek. This is a very, very interesting topic. I want to mention before we start that if you didn't watch the other lessons, okay, to the first to A2 and A1 and A2 level in Greek, okay, I have a full course, 10 lessons that you can check out if you want. I will put the link in the description, okay? So, apart from that, let's start our lesson today. So, as I mentioned before, today the lesson is dedicated to the direct and indirect objects in modern Greek. And before we start seeing those, we will start with a simple phrase in Greek. The phrase is "Ο Μάριος τρώει ένα μήλο." Okay, so before we start analyzing what is the direct and what is the indirect object in Greek, let's start with the analysis of this thing, of this phrase actually, that is very, very simple. So in grammar, the first thing that we have to do is to start from the verb. So what is the verb here? The verb is tρώει. Okay. So τρώει είναι το ρήμα, the verb. Okay. Then we have to ask the question, who is doing that action? And the subject, okay, is Marios. Okay. And after that, what Marios is doing? This is ένα μήλο. This, by grammar terms, it is called direct object. Okay? It's very, very, very simple. Okay? So this is a simple phrase. But let's do, okay, another phrase, okay, a little bit more difficult this time. I write ο Μάριος, okay, δίνει το στυλό στην Μαρία. Let's check this out. Okay, so if we analyze this phrase, sorry about that. Okay, so we have, again, we will start always with the verb. Δίνει, the verb. Okay, who is doing again the action? Marios, the subject. Okay, what δίνει Marios? Again, the same question. Το στυλό. Okay, we asked what as here. Okay, what Marios is eating. Here, what Marios is giving. Okay, το στυλό. Okay, that is the direct object. And what it remains here, this is the indirect object, στην Μαρία. So actually we have two objects. The one, it is called direct object, this one, and the other is called indirect object. In simple terms, okay, you can think this as like the important object, okay, and the unimportant object. And why I'm saying this? Because if we use only this phrase, okay, it makes sense. Like, ο Μάριος τρώει ένα μήλο. So, ένα μήλο is important to the phrase, okay? So, let's put it like that. Let's take the other phrase, this one. 1 second, sorry about that. Let's take this, okay? Let's take this phrase. Ο Μάριος δίνει το στυλό στην Μαρία, okay? If in this phrase, okay, we remove το στυλό. If we remove it, okay? Sorry about that. Okay. If we remove το στυλό, we don't have στυλό. Let's remove it. Okay. Let's do like that. If we remove the στυλό, okay? Ο Μάριος δίνει στην Μαρία. That means, okay, if we say Marios gives to Maria, okay, then everyone will say what Marios gives to Maria. So it doesn't make sense, okay? So everyone will will ask themselves, what? So that's why we say this is the unimportant, because by itself, okay, it doesn't make sense, okay? But if we say only ο Μάριος, okay, ο Μάριος δίνει το στυλό, okay, it makes completely sense. We don't care to who, δίνει το στυλό, grammatically it makes sense. If we didn't have the στυλό and only στην Maria, it doesn't make sense by itself, because everyone will have to ask themselves what. Okay, very, very important. So Maria. So we have indirect and we have direct object. Now, was a simple diagram to help you. But let's go. I have this PDF gift for you. Of course, everything that you see here is free. I will put a link down on the description for you guys. And if you want, you can download it for free. Okay? So let's start with this one. This is a simple ebook that I made for you. Let's start reading a little bit. In Greek, verbs don't only show who does the action, but as we said, also who receives it and to whom it is directed. Okay? So we have two types of objects. Okay? So we will start with the direct object, as we say in Greek, άμεσο αντικείμενο. The direct object also, we said here our diagram, is the important object. Okay, I'll write here important. Is the thing or person that receives the action directly. And this is the very, very important thing. It answers to the question what or whom. Okay? And of course, this is the first important thing. And the second is that it is always in the accusative case. Okay? Very, very important. If you don't know the cases, I will put a link down to the description with the first course. Okay? And you can go and check the cases. Okay? But let's do some examples. Okay? Βλέπω τον φίλο μου. I see my friend. So, βλέπω is the verb. Okay? Who is doing this? I. Εγώ. Okay? And what it remains? Τον φίλο μου. Okay? So, this is τον φίλο is the direct object. Okay? Let's do another example. Τρώω το μήλο. I. Okay? Τρώω the verb. Who is doing this? I. What I eat? Direct object. Okay? What do I eat? The apple. Okay? So this is very, very important. But I want to mention that apart from this is, let's say, the strong form. Okay? But of course, in a conversation, if you talk with someone, okay, you don't want to repeat yourself. Okay? For example, if you say, and yes, I ate the apple, and then I throw the apple in the bin, and then the bin with the apple. So we don't want you to repeat ourselves. So that's why we have the direct object pronouns, the weak forms. Okay? So these are, repeat after me. Με, σε, τον, την, το, μας, σας, τους, τις, τα. For example, I will write the phrase βλέπω, I will write here, βλέπω, okay, τον Γιώργο. Sorry about my writing, I'm using the mouse, but it makes sense. Γιώργο. So, βλέπω τον Γιώργο. So, again, the analysis, the verb. Who is doing this? I. Εγώ. What I see, βλέπω τον Γιώργο. Τον Γιώργο is a direct object. But because in a conversation we already know that is Yorgos and we don't want to repeat ourselves, instead of saying second time τον Γιώργο, you can say only τον βλέπω. Okay? Τον βλέπω. And this goes always before, placed before the verb. Let's do another example. I will write here for you. Let's take this and remove them. Okay. So let's take this and write εγώ. Okay. Αγαπάω την Μαρία. Okay. Let's put it here. Or it's better if I say αγαπάω την Noemi because it's my girlfriend. Okay. So αγαπάω. Who is doing this? Εγώ. Okay. Who αγαπάω? Okay. Την Noemi. Okay. So instead of repeating myself in the phrase, I would say εγώ, and we said always before the verb. Εγώ, I will put it inside the parentheses in Greek. We don't use it, okay? Only when we want to give emphasis. Εγώ την αγαπάω. Okay? So, very, very important. Την αγαπάω. Okay? We don't want to repeat ourselves. Okay? And this goes also with the others for the plural. Okay? Μας, σας, τους, τις, τα. This is for the masculine, this is for the feminine, and this is for neuter. Okay? This is for the masculine, singular, this is for feminine, this is for the neuter. Okay? It's very easy. Okay? And this was the direct object in Greek. So we have the strong form, okay? And we have the weak form. The strong form, as we said, is the whole noun, And the weak form is when we don't want to repeat ourselves and it is placed before the verb. Okay? Now, let's go to the indirect object, okay, as it is called in Greek, the έμεσο αντικείμενο. The indirect object, from the other hand, is the person receiving something or benefiting or affected by the action. So very important, it answers to the question to whom, for whom. Before, we saw that the question was here, okay, and it is refers to what or whom. In this case, though, it is refers to whom for whom. So it's with a preposition together, you see? To, for. So let's do some examples. Δίνω το βιβλίο στον Γιάννη. I give the book to Yannis. Okay? So, δίνω the verb, we'll start always the verb. Who is doing this? I, εγώ. Okay? What I give. Remember what we said? What. Okay? What. Okay? So, what I give, βιβλίο. Okay, this is a direct object as we saw earlier. And I give to whom? Στον Γιάννη. This is the indirect object. Always with the preposition. Ask the question. To whom? Very, very important. Then, στέλνω μήνυμα στη Μαρία. I send a message to Maria. Στέλνω, the verb. Who is doing this? I. What? Again, I am sending a message. To whom I send? Στη Maria. This is the indirect object. And remember, as we said earlier, it is very, very important, my friends, to remember what we said is the important and the unimportant. Because if we say στέλνω μήνυμα without Maria, we remove it. It makes sense because I send a message. It's perfectly grammar, okay? In grammar, it works very well. But if we remove the μήνυμα, στέλνω στη Maria, everyone will ask themselves what I send to Maria. So it doesn't make any sense. So in grammar, the direct object, it can stand alone, but the indirect not. Okay? So again, we have some weak forms as well. The same logic, it is also here. We don't want to repeat ourselves. So we have μου, σου, του, της, του, μας, σας, τους. Here is the same thing. Okay? So to me, you see that we use the preposition. If you use a preposition with a verb, you will put the indirect object. To me, to you, to him, to her, to it, to us, to you, to them. For example, if we say here, okay, δίνω, let's remove this so we can write something new. Okay, δίνω το βιβλίο στον Yanni. Okay, so I will make it bigger so you can see. Let's take the marker. So, δίνω is the verb. Okay, who is doing this? Okay, I, εγώ. What δίνω το βιβλίο, the direct object. Okay, to whom I give, στον Γιάννη, indirect object. But now, because we said we don't want to repeat ourselves, okay, so we will go here and look at this. We will put it before the verb, okay, and we will say του δίνω το βιβλίο. Του δίνω το βιβλίο. You see, I put the indirect object, okay, before the verb. Of course, now you are asking, but Marius, earlier you didn't say that we put also the indirect object, the direct object before the verb. Yes, that is correct, okay, but we can put them both before, okay, but we will see that in a minute, okay? Stay with me. For now, we will say that it also goes before the verb, okay? So, του δίνω το βιβλίο. Σου μιλάω, okay, I speak to you. We have the same, okay? Speak to you. Σου μιλάω. We have a preposition to you, so indirect object. Μου έστειλε ένα μήνυμα. Έστειλε, who, he or she, έστειλε, we don't know. Μήνυμα, the direct object, to who send the μήνυμα? To me. Okay? Send me, to me, a message. Okay. So, this is, apart from that, okay, as I mentioned earlier, we can find them in grammar both. okay, they appear together. And this is very, very important in Greek, because when we have an indirect and direct pronoun and the indirect pronoun, okay, how do we place them? And I will give you the answer right now. So let's go here to our example again. Okay. Δίνω το βιβλίο στο Γιάννη. Okay. Δίνω is the verb, who I the subject. Okay. What I give the direct object, and here is the indirect object, στον Γιάννη. Let's go step by step and replace each one. Let's replace first the direct object. Okay. So, δίνω το βιβλίο στον Γιάννη. We can use, as we said before, let's go here. Βιβλίο, it's το βιβλίο. Let's start with a direct object. So, here, if we want to replace it, it will be το. Okay? Direct object. So, and we said it is placed before the verb. Okay? So, it will be το δίνω στον Γιάννη. This is how we replace it. Στον Γιάννη. Okay, let's make it bigger so you can see. Okay, this means I give it to Yannis. Okay, I give it to Yannis. Okay, now let's replace also the indirect object. Okay, if we want to, if we don't want to repeat ourselves. Στον Γιάννη, this is the indirect object. So we go here. Yannis, στον, to him is masculine. Okay, to. So you have to say to το δίνω. Let's make it bigger so you can see. Okay. So, του το δίνω. Okay. So, let's start again. Δίνω το βιβλίο στο Γιάννη. Okay. We want first to replace το βιβλίο because we don't want to repeat ourselves. So, we put it before the verb. Το δίνω στον Γιάννη. And after we want to replace also the indirect object. Του το δίνω. So, the order, this is the important stuff, it will be indirect pronoun to, then direct pronoun to, and then the verb. This is how it works in Greek. Okay, if it happens to see them both. Okay, so let's do some examples. I give it to you. Σου το δίνω. Indirect pronoun, direct pronoun. You can see also the colors that I use. Μου τον έστειλε. He sent him to me. The envelope, for example, τον φάκελο. So, μου, indirect pronoun, direct pronoun. Okay, I bought it for them. Okay, τους την αγόρασα. Τους. Okay, την αγόρασα. Okay, indirect, direct, and then the verb. Okay, and as it's written here, this structure is extremely common in spoken Greek. If you want, you can do a copy paste, okay, or a print screen of this one to remember. We replace first το βιβλίο, and then we replaced στον Γιάννη. Okay, το δίνω στον Γιάννη, το δίνω. Okay, so a final tip, if you can replace the word with it, him, her, it is a direct object. If you can replace it with him, to him, this is very, very important, to him, to her, or to them, the with preposition is the indirect object. Remember, always it goes with a preposition. Okay, to someone. Okay, this is the indirect object. Okay, so that was the lesson for today. In a minute, we're going to do an exercise. So I want to I want to say something very, very important. This ebook, you can take it for free. I will put a link to the description. Of course, I will put a link of the exercise that we are going to do. If you have any questions, you can write on the comment and I will answer it, okay, for you, whatever you want, okay, you can write. If you have a difficulty about the direct or the indirect object, you can write me. It is not a problem at all. I will be happy to receive your comments, okay. I hope this lesson helped you, and we will go right now to do the exercise, okay. See you in a bit. So here we are, as promised. Now we are going to do the exercise between the direct and the indirect object. Okay, so let's start. Okay, it's very, very simple exercise. Okay, we are going to see, okay, a phrase, okay, and the words that they are in bold. We have to choose if there is the direct object or the indirect object. Okay, it's better for you if I put another, maybe this one. I think it's better. Yes, εξαιρετικά. So, τον βλέπω κάθε μέρα. Let's start with the verb always. So, βλέπω, okay, is the verb. So, again, who is doing this? I, what I see, τον βλέπω. So, this is a direct object. We are not saying to him, I see to him, or no, it doesn't work. So, it's I see him, okay? Direct object every day. So, this is a direct object, okay? Μου μιλάει πολύ συχνά. Μιλάει, who? He or she. Okay, third person. Okay, we are in the intermediate level. This is easy for you. So, μιλάει to who? To me. We see that there is a to me, is a preposition. So, this is indirect object. Okay, he or she speaks to me very often. Indirect object. Perfect. So, της έστειλα μήνυμα. Έστειλα. Who? I send. Okay, what I send. Okay, a message. To whom I send. You saw? To whom I said. Okay? So, I send this at her. Okay, to her. Sorry. So, this is a preposition. So, indirect object. Okay. Το αγοράζω τώρα. I buy. Who? I. What? To. Because I don't say I buy it now. So I didn't say I buy to eat now. No, I buy it now. So it's direct object. Okay. Σου δίνω το βιβλίο. Okay. Δίνω. What? The verb. What I, who is doing this? I. What I give το βιβλίο. To whom I give? To you. So again, the preposition σου, okay, it is with preposition to you. So σε εσένα in Greek. So this is indirect object. Then, τους φέρνω καφέ. Very easy. You see there is always a pattern. Okay, as like this, βιβλίο δίνω, βιβλίο σου. You see, φέρνω καφέ τους. Again, the same pattern. There is a logic behind. So, φέρνω is the verb. Okay, who is doing this? I. What I bring? Café. To whom I bring is τους, to them. So again, preposition, indirect object. Let's go. Again, the same logic, okay, without even analyzing. Γράφω. Who? I. What γράφω? An email. To whom I do this? To γράφω. To him. Okay, this is masculine. Okay, to γράφω email. So this is an indirect object. Okay. Την αγαπάει πολύ. Αγαπάει. Okay, he or she. It's the subject. So αγαπάει, the verb. Who? He or she. Okay. What αγαπάει? Την. Αυτήν. So it's direct object. We didn't say to him or to her. No. It's την. Her. So she or he loves her very much. Okay. So this is the direct object. Two more. Μας είπε την αλήθεια. Again, very easy. We can see the pattern. Είπε, who, he or she. What? Την αλήθεια, the truth. To whom? To us. Μας. So, again, preposition to is indirect. I think right now it's very easy for you to imagine how it works. Okay. Εν τα θέλω όλα. I want everything. Okay. So, θέλω is the verb. Okay. What I want. Okay. Who is doing this? Who is θέλει? Who? I θέλω. Εγώ θέλω. What I want. Τα. Αυτά. So this is the direct object. Okay. Perfect. So that was the exercise. That was for today. The PDF is in the description. You can download it for free. And I will put also this exercise if you want to test and you play by yourself. Okay. So, I will see you next time. Ελπίζω να έχετε μία καλή μέρα και θα τα πούμε. Ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ. Γεια σας.